Is the Subnado worth it? My verdict after 10 dives. Back in my hard hat professional dive days, the sheer muscles it took to navigate underwater was relentless. We used DPVs, diver propulsion vehicles, constantly, whether it was capturing those sweeping cinematic long shots of sunken wrecks or to cover vast stretches of the ocean floor when gas conservation was critical. But let me tell you, every single one of those old school DPVs was a royal pain in the neck when it came to travel. Bulky, heavy, and a nightmare to pack. They practically needed their own dedicated flight case or airplane ticket. Whew, yes, they were very heavy. Then one night, Amazon's algorithm in its infinite wisdom slipped me a digital ad that stopped me cold. The Subnado. It proclaimed next to a picture of something impossibly small, 11 inches long, 3 pounds light, and the kicker, it claimed it could fit my carry-on bag. My professional diver's skepticism's radar, beep, 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 immediately went into overdrive. This clicked the first box, design intrigue. Next, the burning question, runtime. My old DPVs guzzle batteries faster than a shark on a chum run. The Subnado specs boasted 58 minutes on speed 1. That was almost an hour, far longer than anything I'd ever used. This clicked the second box, unbelievable endurance. And then the moment of truth, the price. I braced myself, expecting a figure that would make my wallet weep. Instead, I snagged it on a flash sale for a mere $250. That clicked the third most satisfying box. Winner, winner, winner. I practically high-fived the screen. 3 days later, it arrived. Sleek, surprisingly cool to the touch, and unbelievably light. It didn't just fit in my carry-on, it slipped perfectly into the shoe pocket. My mind raced with possibilities, but a whisper of doubt lingered. Could this marvel actually deliver 58 minutes of runtime and a decent pull? 2 weeks later, we were ocean-bound, but before hitting the big blue, the Subnado needed a proper shakedown. The resort pool became its testing ground. I slipped into the water, thumbed the trigger, and whoosh, the little torpedo pulled strong. A word of caution, though. Do not, under any circumstances, accidentally place a Subnado directly in front of your mouth while operating it. You will, as I quickly discovered, ingest a surprisingly large amount of volume of chlorinated water before you can react. Okay, here's the tip. Don't put it through your damn mouth. It was a hilarious spectacle for my dive group, who all eagerly lined up to try it, turning our leisurely pool session into a Subnado trial grounds. We wanted to push its limits. The next morning it was dive day. We geared up, slipped into the shimmering expanse, and for the first time in years, I did the usual dive without feeling like I just swam a marathon. The Subnado ferried me effortlessly. About 30 minutes in on our turn back to the boat, I experimented. I cranked it up to speed 2, then 3. The power was genuinely impressive. This little unit wasn't just pulling, it was towing. I started handing it off, letting various members of our dive group take it for a spin. Everyone emerged wide-eyed and grinning. Back on the boat, I checked the battery. 70% left. Are you kidding me? I had just completed a 1-hour dive, used the Subnado to zip around everywhere, and I still had 70% of the battery remaining. Now, it wasn't running constantly for that entire hour, but it had comfortably propelled me out and back on speed 1, consuming only 30% of its charge. Dive 2 was equally flawless. By this point, I was a believer, the ultimate test. Mimi, the current, and the little engine that could. But the true crucible for the Subnado came during Snorkel 3. My wife, Mimi, had spotted some particularly vibrant fish along a distant wall right outside her room. The only problem was the significant surface swim required to reach it. I grabbed the Subnado and my snorkel gear. Mimi, ever adventurous, clung to my fin, and we set off a human-powered tugboat with a miniature propeller. We glided past a massive school of shimmering palmettos, the Subnado humming, pulling us effortlessly. As we neared the wall, the current began to make itself known, a steady push trying to shunt us into the coral. I knew if Mimi let go, she would struggle against the flow, and both of our fates at that moment rested on the Subnado's shoulders. With a double pull of the trigger, I engaged speed 2, angling the Subnado to pull us away from the threatening reef. I could have hit speed 3, but I did not want to risk pulling too hard on Mimi's hands. And just like the little engine that could, the Subnado dug in, straining against the current, and slowly but surely it pulled us both away from the wall and back to safety. We completed our snorkel in about 45 minutes, returning with 30% battery still in the tank. Yes, it had used a chunk of power, but it had come through like a champion, proving its worth when it mattered most. We went on to do 8 more dives and 6 more snorkels with the Subnado that trip, each time more impressed. The verdict: a game changer with a few quirks. So what's the final assessment of the Subnado? The good: increased dive range. Absolutely, it extends your underwater playground significantly. Energy conservation. Over a multi-day dive trip, this is huge. You finish your dives feeling energized, not exhausted. Snorkeling nirvana. For snorkelers, it's a revelation. Just point and explore without any effort. Travel friendly, fits in a carry-on, making spontaneous dive or snorkel trips a breeze. TSA did not even pull it out and look at it. Value for money for what it offers. $250 felt like a steal. Not so bad, but worth noting. Loud to the user. It's quite audible to the person holding it, a distinct swirling sound. However, surprisingly, if you are diving with someone using it, you can barely hear it. Shoulder fatigue. On day 4 and 5 of continuous use, I started to notice some soreness in my shoulders from the constant pulling against the water. It's a powerful little beast. Filming challenges. Mounting a camera directly on the unit means you're limited to that perspective. It's hard to film while actively using it as propulsion. Environmental awareness. As with any DPV, you need to be mindful of prop wash around sensitive reefs and ensure you are not using it to change depth abruptly. It's not a depth aid. One unexpected and truly cool thing happened while cleaning the unit in the freshwater baths. The prop momentarily sucked in my emergency equipment bag. Before I could even react, the unit shut down instantly without a scratch on the bag. Then I pulled it out, everything was fine and ready to go. That's a testament to the intelligent design and safety features built into this little unit. Overall, the Subnado is an amazing little unit. Its travel size, incredible battery life, and undeniable value makes it, in my books, the bomb for divers and snorkelers alike. Mimi and I might just have to have another one for the snorkeling side of the house so we can both zip around. Smash that like button and subscribe. This little Subnado has opened up a whole new world of underwater exploration for me. What unexpected gadgets have transformed your dive adventures? Do you have a Waydoo Subnado? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to see more of G's adventures, click here, and we'll see you here next time on Undersea G.